A very good morning to you. How are you doing? And welcome to Your World Tuesday edition. And you know, if it's a Tuesday, we are getting into matters the heart, the relationships in our lives with our family, with our friends, with our loved ones, partners. If you're married, we get into that space. And today is no different. We are at ZTech University, Ruiru campus, and Winnie is sitting at the front of the class. Hi, Winnie.
Ask me why.
Why?
Nataka kujua maneno ya mapenzi because it is tough out here. So a little bit I really want to learn from our guests today, because let me tell you, what is said out there is that the internet has fundamentally reshaped interpersonal dynamics, including how romantic relationships are actually formed and maintained in contemporary society. So, like Mukali said, today, maneno ya mapenzi, okay? But we'll actually take a special emphasis on, yes, love in the digital space, and especially social media. Do you feel the pressure? Does the pressure crease or not? Okay, now let's go to Gen Z sphere, so they'll tell us if the pressure creases or creases. Or creases. My name is Winnie Lubembe. Thank you so much for making the time right here on Your World.
And we have an amazing panel, and they will be telling us who they are, what they do, and how they're going to be a part of this amazing conversation. Love in the digital age is where it's at. We're looking at dating apps. Is that tunapatana physically anymore? It's just by a click on your phone and you're like, yeah, I found my match. It's the jawline for me.
And the nini.
And the what?
And the nini.
We're going to be finding out about all of that, but I'd like to welcome my panelists, Karibuni Sana. And I think we'll start from my farthest left. Miriam, you can start by introducing yourself and let us know what it is that you do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miriam Wangi. I'm a counseling psychologist, a marriage counselor, and a relationships coach. I have been that for the last 15 years, and I'm very happy to be here.
Karibu Sana. And we'll go to our pastor today.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Moses Mushigi. I'm a pastor, I'm a business person, and a family person, having dealt and interacted greatly with young people in high school, universities. And so I'm glad to be here.
Karibu Sana. Karibu Sana, Wilkista.
Good morning.
Morning.
Wilkista Juma. I'm a counseling psychologist. I'm very passionate about young people, relationships, and other areas of counseling and psychology.
I see the smiles. These people know you.
Actually, Wilkista has just come from a session. Wilkista, was it maneno ya mapenzi? I know you can't tell us much, but
Mapenzi ikosi.
Anyway, that we have a very simple question, for you, if you're watching us this morning and you're wondering, okay, so yes, love in the digital age. We want to find out from you, okay, is ghosting a sign of emotional immaturity, or is it just a part of dating today? Once again, is ghosting a sign of emotional immaturity, or is it just a part of dating today? You know that you'll by now engage with us on our socials, and that is at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on X, and tag me as well at Lubembe_Winnie, together with Mukali at It's Mukali Mary. Okay, yes. And we'll also go through your feedback as we continue with the conversation. But Mukali, have you ever been ghosted?
I think the question will be the other way around.
Have you ghosted someone?
I think I have, and I loved the reaction of the lady on your right.
Yes, left.
On my left. Yeah, when you asked the question of the day, her eyes just went, you've ghosted someone. Yeah. And I was like, there's a story there.
Whenever you've been ghosted, which one is it?
I have ghosted someone.
You have ghosted someone.
Okay.
I think ghosting seems like a harsh way to say it, because how we explain it in our heads is it's the easy way out. I don't want a confrontation. I don't want to fight. But I'm just saying. But we'll find out more about that. That's the question of the day, like Winnie said. Please engage us on our social media platforms. Something that came up online as well is how the numbers are on the rise when it comes to online dating now. The numbers are on the rise, and it actually goes to show by 2029 we'll have about 2.1 or 2 million plus users on social media strictly for dating. na sijui hizo numbers zinakaje, sijui kama tutakuwa tunaishi kwa manyumba zetu, we don't meet people online. What is the impact of all of this social media and the relationships that we are forming now, especially at the age where they are at? We'll start with Miriam.
Thank you very much. It's true that social media has taken over. I just don't know how great that is over people meeting face to face. To be honest, how people meet, the areas people meet have reduced, especially I found this after COVID. People have become extremely individualistic, into themselves, isolated, working from home. So meeting out has become more difficult. When you go for weddings, you find people are just keeping to themselves. After all, they're like, I don't have to meet someone here. I can meet someone in social media. But the detriment to that is that there are different types of meeting in social media. So you who's probably looking for a serious relationship, you could be getting in the social media looking for that, but that's not what you're going to find, right? So what social media has done is really make relationships casual, more casual than serious. Because by the time you become serious in a social media platform, it takes time. And it takes time, why? Because people are fronting a front in social media.
Yes.
There's a lot of catfishing. Catfishing is someone will present themselves in one way, but they're not exactly that. We'll even put a picture of someone else. So you fall in love with that image, fall in love in that personality. But when you do get to meet that person, you realize, hey, my God, I've been conned. This is not the person I met. And even you is not the person this other person thought they're meeting, because you're presenting a front. So what's happening is people are not really getting to know each other. Look, when we go for a wedding and I meet someone, and let's say Moses, I like Moses, it's going to take me effort. He's going to see my body language. He's going to see me blush. He's going to see me get shy. He's going to see me get intimidated. I will see his body language, how awkward he is, and I'll decide, okay, let's see how we're going to translate from here. Social media, I'm there pretending to be diva number one, you know? But when I tokelezea, I'm like, where shyness, I can't talk, vibe has gone down, I'm awkward, I'm tripping over myself. But on social media, I was the queen bee. So there's a lot going on there. Like, are we really presenting our true selves out there? And if we are, then why are relationships just becoming swipe to the left, swipe to the right, swipe? Yes. So we are becoming commodities, not human beings. That's what I would say.
Commodities. But wait, okay, I have a question.
Yes,
teacher, please pick me.
Students number one.
So I understand, when you say social media, people present a front that might not necessarily be who they are. But there's also this other thing where they say attraction, all right? Like the initial reaction, the initial... that you get when you see someone without necessarily having them to speak. Because I want to imagine, even when you go out on a date, before you say hi, there's a way you judge this person based on either the way they look or the way they're presenting themselves and all those things. So I'm just trying to think, commodities and how we're fronting ourselves, isn't it like more or less close to meeting personally, but on a first date, not at we've done 2 or 3. Yes, yeah.
I get what you're saying, but think about it.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you put a picture on social media, how many pictures have you discarded?
1,000.
And then how many? What is this filters? How many filters have you put? I mean, you're there looking extravagant.
Yes,
you are looking glorious, and I'm choosing the gloriousness.
Yes,
right.
Yes,
and I swipe yes because I've seen this gloriousness. There's a moon shining over you. My God, the color, everything is so perfect. And then you're looking like, wow, the height. Then I meet you. I'm 5'9", and I find this guy is 4'9", and he looked amazing. I mean, I get disappointed. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened here? Like, do I hide? Do I pretend it's not you I was meeting? Like, you know? So, I mean, what I'm saying is, it is a way to meet.
Yeah.
But it can hoodwink you.
It can.
You can really be hoodwinked.
Yeah. I had someone actually say that every time they go on a first date, it doesn't matter whether they met online or not, they would go earlier, like an hour, 30 minutes earlier. Alafu wakae somewhere, you know, like say if there's a floor upstairs, they will sit upstairs and then wait for them to come, wakiwaona, and then they decide whether they want to go.
If I'm going to talk to them actually or not.
Yes.
Because catfishing is a real thing for sure. And I don't know if Moses, you can tell us if you've interacted, have had conversations or, you know, had interactions with people who've met online, and personally, what's your stand on that?
Wow. Thank you so much. Firstly, I would say that we are in the age of technology.
Yes.
And it's not going away. So, and it comes with so many opportunities and risk. And part of it is that now when we come to engage in relationships, there are many opportunities that are available, and there are many risks that comes with that. Number two, in every generation, there are ways that they engaged in love matters. Our past generations, our parents and all that, there was a way that they, you know, they used to engage, how they, you know, they met, how they found each other. It's a whole story. Their world was small. You know, there was just writing letters here, perhaps moving from one village to the other, one estate to the other. But now we're in an age where the world is just at your palm. So you can be able to meet someone in States, you can meet someone in Russia, you can meet someone else in China. And so it becomes, you know, I will say that the digital world has created opportunities for people to fall in love.
Yes.
And, you know, as we say the risk, I'll look at it from the point of wisdom. The wisdom is to look for what you want and apply, you know, abilities to know this is the right person. These are the qualities I'm looking. As much as, you know, my co-panelists here have said that, you know, the people who will front, you know, someone that they're not real them. They've taken about 60 shots to get the perfect shot to put there. But I've interacted with young people. I've even been a best couple to people that met on Facebook and they got married. You know, I think 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
Where I've been a best couple.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying that we should not really be so afraid to engage, but then we should apply so much wisdom.
Okay.
There is a bit of a mix-up between we that perhaps our ways of engagement were a bit the old style, and the new, you know, kids that are in the block. All they have known is tech. They have known being with phones. They have known to interact, to engage. You look at even the current young kids that we have, the CBC thing has really put it even way ahead. So I'm saying tech and digital world has created opportunities, but also there are risks that comes with that.
Love knows no bounds.
I know, right? I like that he said Facebook, because Facebook we didn't know how to catfish then, and we had to actually have conversations. You know, right now it's just a picture edge and a bio that I've written on Tinder or Bumble. What other sites are there?
Where?
At Hinge. Hinge and Unhinged. What other sites are there?
Who knows? Who wants to shoot up their hand and just say the one that you know? Okay.
Badu.
Badu. Badu is still there. Okay. Any other?
Any other that you know?
He says no double tap.
Don't forget there are also Christian ones. This Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
Yeah. The people who are saying, I mean, I'm saved. I don't know where to meet someone. So.
And you want to meet someone who's saved.
Someone is actually saying tap tap screen, tap tap screen, tap tap screen.
Yes.
Afro interactions also for Africans. If you're looking for a black, tall, handsome Afro interactions is also.
Hey, options. Let me tell you. Well, Kisa, these are your children. This is where it's at for you. What's the status of online dating and also the pressure that comes with people, even if they met in school, but then there's a lot of influence when it comes to what is happening online with other couples, you know, and expecting the same from your other person and being like, uyu basi siye kama hanifanyi kama yule. You know, what's the status kwa majenzi wetu hapa?
Gen Z's, hi. Yeah, social media is the in thing.
Yeah.
And we don't want our young people to be like us. Huh? We lived in that era where unarusha kamawe hivi kwa dirisha ya mtu.
Yes.
You guys don't know. And then that era where we'd go to specific places. Yani, there were no phones. So, mkihatana ni hivyo, si ndio? Like, you agree, let's meet at this time.
Kencom kwa ile saa.
Kakale kasa. That is what was happening those days. But now things are changing. We need to accept that. And young people are so much into social media.
Yeah.
So much into social media. Every time they're just on their phones, doing a lot of things. And dating is one of those many things that they're doing there. So for me, I would say that I've seen young people who've met, like Pastor said, in social media. And they're in very good relationships. I've also seen people who failed in relationships because they depended on social media. Like she said, people put that facade, they are not real in social media. But I believe that also happens in real life when you
Welcome back to the show. The show is Your World, and today is Relationship Tuesday. And you know, as now, okay, every Tuesday is all about relationships. And like Mikali said when we started the conversation, it could be any form of relationship: mapenzi, family, friendship. You know, navigating all these types of relationships that we have with us. But today we're taking a very special emphasis on love in the digital age, and we'll also look at ghosting, catfishing, situationships, stalking stage, soft launch, all these terms that Gen Zs have coined that some of us are like, okay, wait, what? Hata kabla tujamaliza catfishing, now we have sijui what else, okay? So we're looking at the different dynamics as far as love in the digital age. And before we went on a break, Wilkista, huko umemaliza point, ulikuwa unasema this very important point that unfortunately tukapoteza somewhere. But even as you do that, I've had a lot of people say those people who find love online wako na kashida. Either mental health, either wako na some form of insecurities, either wanaogopa kupatana na watu, social anxiety, all those things. So is that true? Is there like some level of truth in it that people are not confident enough to meet people in person?
One of the reasons.
One of the reasons.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, one of the reasons. Because we have people who are not okay, like meeting so many people or meeting people for the first time. So it is easier for someone just to go online, tap, and then do the fingers do the walking.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is easy for people who are introverted, for people who have some kind of phobias. So it is easy for them. But then we have even the general population, which is comfortable. And because we spend so much time on our gadgets, and somehow we'll end up in these apps. You are looking for something online, you get whatever you want.
All right.
You just click and you get.
Okay. Yes.
I was talking about what we are having now, this era of social media and online dating. And I was saying that it is not going away anytime soon, and we have to really accept that and move on. The only thing we do to young people is sensitize them, train them, tell them of the effects, the negative effects. We have positive and negatives, by the way. The negative effects and what to we've seen cases of young people who go online, get people that they don't know, and they end up maybe being hurt, being killed. So we are trying to sensitize them, tell them the right way to date, how to know people, how to meet people for the first time, that you don't do it alone, make sure you go with someone, always communicate to someone that you are going to meet that person. So we are trying to inform them, educate them on how to do it, because about saying that we are not going to date online, that one is just here. Now let's work with what is coming.
What is there?
Yes.
Mukali, tumeketi class. Mukali ametujoin class. She's like, uko mbele, wacha nikuje hata pia mimi
I know nothing. Bado nimekwama pale posta tao tupatane tukule ka lunch mahali. But then there's something that is important in relationships.
Yes.
And it's communication. And Moses earlier said kulikuwa na barua. We used to write, and you write your emotions.
Yeah.
When you go back to those letters right now and read them.
See, you call it the way you told me in the morning. I was like, what?
Waraka. Nimetumiwa waraka, you know. So there was a lot of communication. We used to talk, and sometimes the only way you talk to someone is by meeting them in person. So there was a lot of communication.
Yeah.
Then the phones came, and we started with the emojis.
Yes.
We're emojing this, we're emojing that.
Yeah.
We're just typing shorthand RN. I had to Google to know it's right now. Like there's a lot of things I don't know. And then we're in the age where memes are talking. So now that tuongei kabisa.
No, they said
reaction na uso ya mtu kusema kitu.
Let me tell you, now, meme is the new love language. Kama tutumiani memes, kidogo there's something, yeah. Memes, she agrees, she's like,
So what happens then to the importance of communication in this digital age? How do we use these memes to know nilikukosea, sitaki kukuona tena, nilikughost? There's a lot of confusion. Well,
si anakutumia meme ya ghost. You know the ghost that can go white. And they don't talk anymore.
Kuna meme ya kila reaction. Kama ni sikutaki iko, kama ni nakupenda iko.
Kama sikutaki ni gani? Please educate a girl. Sitakwi, mtu amesema no to Mwikali. Ama uniambie nitume gani?
Kuna yenye iko na a broken heart. Like kama umeni heartbreak, they send that. Mimi niko na broken heart.
Ghost si ule mtu unaweka mtu anakimbia alafu kuna kimoshi.
Exactly, ziko kila kitu iko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want to know, since tuko class, na tuko na fellow students, although generational different, gap kidogo, but it is well, okay? Before we even come back to the experts, how many of you have ever tried online dating? Nani ashaitengeneza profile? Backbenchers? Hello.
Tuinue kama mimi nimeinua hakuna kudanganyana.
Do you want to tell us why you decided to try it, and yes, and what happened? How is it going? Do you understand? Okay, all right. Yeah, please stand. Usiogope. You got this.
My name is Alex Aroko. Yes, I ever built a profile.
All right.
Like it was just for fun.
Okay.
So after building up a profile, then I met someone. We mingled very well. Then for me, I was like, we are going into a relationship.
Yes.
So after meeting, she told me like, we meet at her house. So I never knew like what's going to happen. Like, so after going to her house, we talked.
You went?
I was not that aware of where the relationship is heading to. So I just knew the first time we're going to meet and talk, have some good conversation. We know each other. So going there, I came to notice like she was another monster.
Oh no, what happened?
Like after realizing, actually, I'm not a drunkard. But after reaching there, she gave me some alcohol. In that I tried to reject it, and I told her that I'm a student and this and this. After she gave me, then she came to notice that I came to notice that she was a prostitute. So, like, she was for business. So we told her that, no, I just have to go home. That's why I parted ways and I stopped online dating.
I have a question. So upon you setting up the profile and you meeting her in her house, what was the duration?
The duration lasted like, it was just a week. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? Okay.
In a week.
Are you okay now? Are you? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
You're
I'm
okay?
Yeah,
okay. Thank you so much. Amma, you have something else to share?
No. But for others, it works, yes.
Yeah.
But you have to be judgmental before you do something.
I see. Was it the first time you set up an account?
Yeah, it was my first. No, I had built so many profiles.
This is why. This needy.
So it was just kind of. After doing that, after that happened to me, actually I come from that place when I was very drunk, and that's when it was in Roysambu. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause. That was not easy. That was not easy to share.
Thank you so much.
But thank you so much for sharing. Miriam, you're raring to go.
Yes, and your question too on communication.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing. I know it's not easy for a gentleman to share something like that, but that's what I was saying about online dating. You have your intention of what you're looking for. He was looking for a relationship, but the other person is there maybe looking for a hookup. You see, so that's what people need to understand. There are actually sites for hookups.
Okay.
You know, there's once, you know, let me just come clean. There's once I was on Tinder looking for a relationship.
Okay.
You know, and for me I was very new on online dating, and I'm thinking, let me try it. There's no harm. Of course, the whole swiping thing. And I meet this guy, and, you know, we go on a date, and you know, we're talking, and it looks like, we're really talking. We're somewhere. Only to realize that we were operating on very different wavelengths. He thought we are meeting to establish where we are going to hook up. And I'm thinking, I'm meeting I've met my husband. You know what I mean? So we were on completely different wavelengths. But I'd like that he's spoken and he's honest so that people can see it's not only happening to ladies.
That's true. That's true.
Because most of the time we think that the ladies are the only ones who are in danger. As you can see, even men are vulnerable to meeting people who have ill intentions out there. I think, like Wilkista said, we just have to really, really be careful. We can't do away with it. It's here to stay. But we have to, first of all, ask ourselves, as an individual, me as Miriam, what am I looking for? And what I'm meeting online, is it meeting my needs? Is it okay for me to just talk with emojis and memes? Is that enough for me? Is that satisfactory? And what I'm seeing this person presenting themselves, you know, there's a way when someone will present themselves, you know, and you can already tell this one, you know, let me not judge, but let me meet them in a public place. So I think it's just to be careful and know exactly what you're looking for by starting to know yourself. Know yourself. Why am I even looking for love? And why do I need it now? And why do I need to find it online? For example, you young people, you're in college. You know, it gets harder for us who are older to meet people. That's why we end up online, because the pool becomes smaller and smaller. You know, you go for a wedding and you're seeing Gen Zs. Me, I'm a millennial. I'm like, there's no one. You know, so unarudi to online. But you guys, you're in college with each other. I mean, I remember my college times were the most favorite times. You know, you're in class. You're seeing a dude sitting there in front, heartthrob. You're like, man, how do I get to talk to this guy? You get talking and you're so excited to go to college. Not because of the classes, man. You're like, because of that guy. You get to speak to that guy. You know, like the pool, your peers, unless you're thinking, my peers are not good enough for me. But I would say that you guys have the best time of your life right now. That's why you have the college sweethearts. You know, you get to go for parties. You're not rigid like us. You know, the older you become, the more rigid you become. The more you know what you're looking for. So it's not everyone who's going to come to talk to you. In fact, now even in real life, you're like to the left, swipe to the left, because you know exactly what you're looking for. You become rigid. But when you're younger like this, you know, you're free to just first even become friends. You know, that the dance of becoming friends, the dance of knowing each other. You're tangoing here. You're seeing how this guy laughs. You're noticing his sense of humor. You're noticing how he reacts when he's embarrassed. Like, I think that is so beautiful. I think that's the beauty of life. That's the dance of life. But now online, unamuona tu, exchange memes, ukiniletumia memes ya to blush hapa. Like,
Okay, fine, I'm seeing you blush, but I don't know how you're blushing really.
Like, you know,
and most of the times I am not blushing. Yeah, it's a ha, but I'm actually not laughing.
Yeah, actually, someone said when I send you I'm not like I'm like so we tend to misinterpret what you're trying to say.
True.
But there's a question that you asked on communication. Will you say it looks like you have something to say? Okay.
I want to respond because I interact with young people every day.
Okay.
And the game has changed. You know, young people are more open nowadays.
Yeah.
They actually come to me and talk about things that I've never had. They are dating differently.
Okay.
What we are looking for, like me and you, if you are to look for a partner, you are looking for a partner for keeps for life, lifetime.
Yeah.
But things have changed. They'll tell you they're here. Now we have terms like
situationship.
Yes. They don't want that commitment.
Yes.
They don't want involvement, emotional attachment. They don't want. No strings attached. They are saying it. So things have changed.
Yeah.
This online thing, they're doing it. Like the lady who invited him, I don't know how old he was, but most of this young generation, they just want like, we are doing our thing today and we are done.
Yeah, no strings attached,
No strings attached.
feelings, no nothing.
So, me interacting with them every day, I know that their game is different.
Yes.
What the attachment thing is not there. We're in college, let's do our thing, we move. In 4 years, I go out there and meet other people. So
then I have a question then, if that's, and Moses, maybe you can chime in after this, probably it goes with what I want to ask. But then what happens then? If, are we okay? Are we going to be okay with the, I am here today, and then, your hairstyle doesn't do the thing for me today.
Or why are you breathing?
Green is, it aches me.
Yeah.
It's, you know, like, how do we handle it then if that is the situation? Because we can't just, I think, we can't just be okay with it. And maybe Moses, I saw you were also raring to go on this one.
I wanted to say that when we're looking at relationships and communication, this is a whole different ball game today.
Yes.
The way we used to communicate is so different from the way these young people are.
Yeah.
They really don't care about, you have to build up a conversation. For them, the issues of using social media, the emojis, the expressions, for them they understand it. It's their language, it's their world. For example, I have a young man who came to me a few weeks ago and told me, I found love. I've never met the girl. She's part of the church. And she wants to marry the girl in 1 month. They've never met.
They met someone. They are in love.
They met online.
Oh, they met online, so they've never met like physically.
Yes.
No. But they're in love. And they want to get married in 1 month.
Fully love. And in 1 month, they want to marry.
Hey.
And they're saying, hey, Pasi, if you don't help me, I'll get the girl.
Oh, wow.
So how do you handle that?
Oh, goodness.
Probably if it was the past time, you will build up that relationship in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, trying to see whether you're compatible and all that. But now they're in a very different world. It's what they see, how they've engaged. And the guy will tell you, I know the girl. I've interacted, I've met the parents. Where? Online. On Zoom. On Zoom. Call your people, I want to see them, and we talk. I've talked with the mother, she's awesome. And he's convinced that this is my life partner. So when we come and say about how the communication is happening in this digital world, it's completely different. And number two, the openness that comes with digital world is that cultures are being challenged big time.
That's
the things that we used to say, these are the norms, are no longer norms today.
They're challenging the
and
norms.
their norms are so different. You just experience like a conversation with your son or your daughter, and you're like, well, they're cheesy, and you're like, I'm your mother. I want to get to know what you're doing. And they're like, well, where's in the apple? Maybe nisha move, right? So culture have been challenged. taboos are being destroyed every day.
Yes.
The things that we said you cannot do, today they are doing. Actually, they're saying the impossibilities are a thing.
Are endless.
Right?
So now
what remains is this.
Yes.
We have to help them to know how to be in safe spaces. Now you've met. You're going to meet someone. How do you ensure you don't end up in a very difficult situation? So now we start teaching them that if you're going to meet someone, you must be in a safe space. You can be with your friends, and you must be in a public space. Don't go into private spaces because you never know. Today the world is crazy. You find people moving from nations to nations, and their work are very shady. And they are using, relationship and love to woo people into their traps. So we must say that in our world, as I said, the digital age is not moving away from us. But how do we, deal with it? How do we help our kids, young people that this is their norm, deal with love? And, I'm a pastor, I will say, as the Bible says, there is nothing new under the sun. But the ways of engagement when it comes to love, they are shifting from generation to generation.
But you're the expert. So how do we navigate this space? Right? So we get to learn how we navigate here. But let's speak, because we have these young people who we're talking about. We have them in the audience. I want to hear from a lady. Any of you who've ever set up a dating profile, tried online dating, all the good stuff? You're looking away. Have you tried? No? Okay, she hasn't. Anyone who's tried to set up a profile? Or would you consider? Or you have one?
Okay, just hold the mic. And you can start.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jody Odiambo. Okay, with me, I've tried dating online.
All right.
Though not on the online apps.
Okay.
Yeah. So we met in a group discussion. That was way back in 2020.
Okay.
When we were, So
Instagram, Facebook?
No, it was on WhatsApp.
Oh. Yeah, look at that. Okay.
So we went on. It was well. Not unless when it reached the time that I was going for a funky at their school. Meeting him.
The vibe was not vibing.
Yeah.
It was not giving.
Yeah, it was not giving.
What happened?
I just didn't like how he behaved.
Okay.
To me, I've been brought by a very strict parent.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So seeing them, how they are in love. So I also want the same kind of love, but he was not giving that.
He wasn't giving that, what you were looking for. Okay. So what did you do? Did you jumko funky? Na watu ni wengi. Did you like tafuta place ukapenya you left?
I went with a friend because mimi siwezi enda mahali bila rafiki. So
Smart.
I went with a friend.
Very smart. Yes.
To know what his intention would be. Yeah, because you can't trust somebody who you don't know well.
Yeah. Okay. So did you tell him after, Zileza, you are not giving, eh?
No, I just left. I didn't tell him anything. I just went.
You ghosted someone. You ghosted someone.
Yeah.
Hey, well, okay. But thanks for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Who else wants to share? Your online WhatsApp, tap, Instagram, tap. Oh, back there. Okay, please pass the mic and please stand and say your name.
Hi.
Hi.
So I tried once. It was once. So this all happened. I met with this guy on Instagram.
All right.
And we chatted for quite some months, like 2 months.
Yes.
And now it was time to meet. And we met somewhere. So I think for me, I was on business. Like I was serious. Like, we talked, and as you have said, people lie, there's faking and all that, faking even the personality. So we met, and I was like, oh, the personality that I was seeing on Instagram is the same, and I wasn't like hesitating. So I was like, oh, this is what I want.
Okay.
But he wasn't that serious. I think he just wanted it for fun, not like standing on business and, So I was like, oh, I'm not going to accidentally commit to this girl. So I think one day he just woke up and told me, I think you're too serious. And for me, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for a serious relationship or, So I just like, okay, if you're not serious, then what are we doing then? You move on. So
at least they communicated, right? And so at that point, so you were serious in terms of like you're looking for a serious relationship.
Yeah.
For them, they weren't.
Yeah, they're
serious.
just for fun.
Okay.
I think for him, hakuwa nadhani na come to serious.
Yeah.
I'm like, nataka kuwa in a serious relationship. So when we met, and I was now actually sharing my, what I want in life. And I think that's when he hit, hey, now manzi kwa nini ako serious? So one day he just woke up and told me, nah, I'm not in for it,
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for sharing. But you would say you skipped away, dodged a bullet. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. But thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else who wants to pigia makofi? Anybody else? Anybody else who has something to share? Oh, yeah. Just in front of you. Yes, please pass on the mic to him. Okay. Oh, you have something to share? Okay, yes, stand. Yes, Mama Tuambie, hey, what happened? And please start with your name.
Okay, my name is Carlos. So I had the same experience about that, about online dating and all. So it came a point where communication just halted all of a sudden.
All right.
We kicked it up. It was quite good, smooth and all, but let's say wasichana nowadays.
Asha sema wasichana nowadays tumefanya nini?
You see, like these waneka standards zingine, like anakuwekea standards, you have to own a car, unapiga hesabu hata baiskeli, you don't even own a bicycle. Yeye anataka kuwa na gari na hadi babake mwenyewe unaweza sema hana. I'm just being straightforward because most of these teenage, these girls, they are more after money more than love.
Okay.
So if you talk about love in this era, there is not such thing as love.
Hakuna mapenzi.
Maybe if they feel the connection and the energy, you can say that, but the most nimeona easy.
Hakuna. Sema easy. Hey, okay. Anybody else? Anyone has something to share? Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Come on.
Let me tell you.
Okay, kama unasema nowadays girls wako na their own standards. Just an advice. Ukiona dem raise standards on you, inamaanisha you ain't meant for them. Na some girls wanaweza penda, like they can be in that relationship for love. If they see that guy is committed, you're offering love and you ain't committed, ujitumi, will we eat love? No. But kama uko na mapenzi and you still committed, I can see there's a future, there's something. This guy hata kama hana do for now, anaweza jituma afterwards, tunaweza pata kakitu. The girl will still be there. Hata kama umpe pesa allowance and whatever, she'll still be there because she sees something in you. But kama ameshaanza kukurazia standards in the first week of dating, you ain't meant for them.
Hey, Abesema. Okay, can we take a break on that note? And then when we come back, then we'll unpack from there, right? In terms of, so is there a recommended time between setting the profile, left, right, okay, then we start talking. Is there a specific time period before meeting? And how then do we navigate this space? Because like Nick said, tunataka kulan. Because the dating pool is becoming smaller and smaller.
Yes,
by the day. And then also then unpack more on the ghosting culture and the situationships and all those things. There's so much to cover on the other side of the break, but also keep engaging us. I can see your comments on Facebook. Come on, there's one who says, K. Milka Kayendi says, immaturity, just say it as it is. We're not working so that when you meet next, it's not awkward, okay? Bessie Gideon says, immaturity of the highest level. Okay. And then someone says, this is Abu Kilo Mwenyewe, says, recent relationship is pure business. What you have against what can you give me? Wait, what? Those who have beauty use it to gain wealth. Men with money use it to win love. No matter how much couples love each other, stranger akikuja na pesa, hiyo usiano inakunywa maji. Let me tell you, okay? Yeah, let's take a break on that note. And then when we come back, we'll pick up from there. Remember, we're coming to you from ZTech University, Ruiru campus. So much to come on the other side of the break. See you very shortly.
Welcome back to Your World Tuesday edition. We're talking matters relationships, and today we are focused on love in the digital age. We're talking ghosting, situationships. Nimeambiwa hapa commitment ni jina, vocabulary inapotea hivi. Communication memes is where it's at. I have a lot to learn. Winnie, are you with me?
Let me tell you, Nandika notes because
there's a lot that's happening. We've heard the discussions around the expectation from the young girls for the men they're dating, what they want from them. Online dating, some people want commitment, others do not want. Pastor alituambia Gia, we've met online, we will meet on the day off. In 1 month, ndio tutapatana kwa altar. And it's the reality that it's happening. And just before we went on a break, we've had a conversation. There was a back and forth happening. And I don't know if we continue with that, or we let our panelists just chime in. Tafadhali. After listening to all of that, the expectations, and we had a response here saying, if the standards are too high, please walk away. They're not meant for you. I don't know what you have to say about that. Because I'm from Wilkista. What talk?
Well, it's good for you to know what you want.
That's true.
And ask for that.
Yes.
Yes, so he's laughing. Even you, the gentlemen, you know what you want from that person. Yes. You know what you want from that relationship. So it's very okay. But when it gets to that time where you want to be committed, the relationship maybe moves to a different level. Sometimes you tone down a little bit because some of these things you cannot look at finances. Finances when you're looking for a spouse, because there is the ability for that person. You can look at a young man and look at the ability. He is capable of being someone in future. This lady is capable of, most of the time, young ladies, hata hajajua kuoga. You know, at the age of 20, hawajajua. Understand
kuoga gani will kiss.
Ya shower, ya
Understand this girl. She will learn some of these things. You learn in this marriage. Hakuna manual.
Yes.
You don't have a manual. Appreciate each other, accept each other. Provided there's a connection, there is the ability for this person to grow. Give them a chance. Let them look for that money. You can work it together. In fact, most relationships where you meet and you give, there's a give and take in every relationship. What are you bringing in? You're expecting from this young man. And as a young man, you've come into this relationship. You expect this girl even. What are you bringing in? So let's give and take in relationships.
I like that. Pasi, wasichana wanataka ukwe na gari, wasichana wanasema kama standard huwezi, then I'm not meant for you. I am so sorry.
So there is what has been displayed out there, and people have been consuming social media every day. And so their mind has been conditioned in a particular way. You know, as Miriam said, that we only post what is good. You find people, perhaps they have a friend who owns a car, and they make it look like theirs. You know, they will always, do some selfies. They are taking photos they're driving and all that. And so what they're trying to put forward is that they're well off. But in reality, they're not. And then because their mind has been conditioned that way, they cannot live outside of that kind of like a bubble. So how do they get that lifestyle? Dating someone who has what they want. And so then they have very high standards. And as that gentleman said, that probably even their father,
Hana Baiskeli,
right? Because of that. So how you deal with that is that I will echo what my panelist here has said. Set your standards. Know what you want. You see, and also it's very important not to have this kind of like a microwave engagement. We've met today. I've seen how your profile looks like, and in 2 months, you're engaged. I will say this. It's good to combine wisdom here. Get to know someone online, but make it now offline. Like, let it be the normal way, brick and mortar. Let's meet, let's chat, let's talk. No commitment. Then build it from there. And if someone is from a far place, start to also look around their profile, their friends, the way they engage, the way they communicate, so that at least you build yourself the kind of a person they are. I would say every man, every person is the average of his 5 best friends.
That's true.
So if you get your the person's 5 best friends, you're going to know this person somehow.
Yeah.
This is how they relate, this is how they do. Probably like the lady there said, you know, I've been brought up in this kind of a conservative family where I want to be in a relationship that leads somewhere. So look at the friends. Are they doing what you love? Because most probably the person you're dating is amongst that mix. So I think it's about setting fast what you want. Also, it's very important to say, also plan your life. Say at age 28, 25, 23, whichever age you want, this is when I'm going to be in a serious relationship.
Okay.
So that at age 20, you're not really into it. You're just there making fun and all that. 21, 22. Then at 23, because you planned it and you start now making moves. And these moves are guided by your
intention.
What you want in life.
Okay.
So that is what I will say.
I see that. Mikali, can I read some feedback and then we learn how to navigate the space? Like the red flags, the green flags, what to look out for, the catfishers, all those things. And the question that we asked you this morning is very simple. And that is, have you, wait, did we ask? Oh no. Is ghosting a sign of emotional immaturity or just a part of dating today? Okay. The question once again is ghosting a sign of emotional immaturity or just a part of dating today? Hey, boy, do you have a lot to say. Terry, is it Giva or Jiva on Facebook says, that's an 8-year-old human who cannot handle conversation. People don't know that when you ghost someone, you're actually teaching them how to live without you, and eventually they won't need you around anymore. It gradually makes connection to fade. Conflict management is a lesson we must all learn. Hey, Wilson Kigamba Wilson still on Facebook says, if conflict resolution becomes a hard lesson, we don't need actions that will provoke vigorous unconditional anger held deep. Walk away silently and forget everything. If ghosting is the key word, let immature state rule. Peace above all. Okay. And then Wangila says, there's a difference between ghosting and detachment, a shared line, but what happens if you talk about something and someone doesn't change more than thrice? What will you do?
We took on our answers.
You will tell us all the answers. One more. Banis Gidaiga, who says, utoto of the highest. We older people communicate clearly. Younger ones can ghost, re-ghost, unghost, de-ghost, pre-ghost, post-ghost, ghost of a ghost, and a ghost.
Are those actual things?
They will tell
under
us.
ghosting.
Amesema, they can ghost, okay, re-ghost, unghost, de-ghost, pre-ghost, post-ghost, of a ghost, and a ghost. I am tired.
And that is in reference to the younger ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have them here.
Yes, we do.
So how do we navigate? How do we navigate this? Because like you rightly put, and even said, well, Kista, the dating pool is getting smaller by the day. The girls, what they say, si mimi, they say girls are maturing faster than the men, so the girls feel age group yetu hakuna mtu. Yes. Right. So then how do they navigate that space? Embrace this space, do it safely, but also understand the red flags, the green flags, what to look out for. How do we navigate that space?
Thank you for that question. Let me just start with the ghosting bit.
Okay.
I think ghosting is both a sign of immaturity and manipulation. What is happening is in the dating game right now, you've heard me say dating game, not dating. There's a lot of mind games happening with dating. Ghosting sometimes is being used as a power tool. You know, I keep silence for you for 5 days, and you will see this advice online. Keep quiet for 5 days. If they want you, they will lean into you. You know, you're seeing all these things, right? Back out, let them lean in. Back out, let them lean in. So that's ghosting, and those are mind games. And what mind games do is destroy people. They destroy the fringe of that person. They destroy the esteem of that person, because the person on the other side is wondering, maybe they were serious, and they're wondering, why isn't this guy calling me? What's happening? Kumbe him, he's put you on the side as he sees if there are other people working, and in the meantime, he knows he's put you on the side. You know, there's a lot of what you can't have is what you want. So the more he puts you on the side, the more you feel like, I want him more. Like, why is he not calling me? You're going crazy, you know. And it's manipulation in that. It's immaturity in that. You actually know you don't want to be with this person, but you don't want to tell them, right? You don't want to tell them.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell them, look, I don't think we're working. Please, let's go our separate ways, or let's take a break. You decide to keep quiet and let them decide for themselves. I think nimedampiwa. You know, I think I'm not wanted anymore. I think that's really hurtful, to be honest. It's better to just tell someone, we are not going the same direction. You know, and like we're saying, and like my counterparts have said here, dating is about, even being in a relationship or, you know, trying to date, it's about knowing yourself and knowing what you want. I'm telling you, even within the first 2 weeks of talking to someone, you will actually know, apa, hatuko compatible. Our level of intelligence is not the same. Our conversation is not going the same line. And then if, like, let's say for a friend who comes from a conservative family, within 2 weeks you'll see this person telling you, nitumie picha yako na mimi nikutumie yako. Like, you'll already see the language, and you'll know, hey, I don't think we are looking for the same thing. I'm looking for something that is more conservative. He's not conservative. So let me walk out. Red flags are always there, Winnie. They are always there.
That's true.
The question is, are your eyes open to see?
Absolutely.
Are your eyes open to see? You know, you can literally shut your eyes because you are so desperate for a relationship, because you're thinking a relationship is coming to complete you.
Yes.
And if I don't get this relationship, I'm going to die. I am broken. I can't live on my own. But why can't you live on your own? Learn to live on your own before you can get into a relationship. That way, when you see red flags, you'll be like, I'm out. I can't do this. I love myself too much to let myself go through this. The first time someone does that to you, what makes you think the next time it's not going to be a slap?
Yeah.
The first time someone says you don't have a car, na unaendelea tu kukaa hapo, what makes you think she's not going to see someone with a car and decide you're not good enough for me?
Yeah.
Red flags are always there.
Yeah.
It's you to decide, who am I? What do I want? What is my stand? And how far is too far from me? And you toe the line and decide, nimejipenda, wacha niende. Kujipenda si vibaya, by the way.
Yeah,
it's the beginning of, even the word of God says,
love thyself.
Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Yes.
You cannot love another person if you don't know how to love yourself. And part of loving yourself is saying, I'm walking away. I can't take this.
Yes. Enter mapenzi, macho ikiwa open. Love is not blind. Love is intelligent.
I like it. Drops mic. Drops mic. I like that what you said about ghosting and how it's manipulative and how it damages the other person.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole radio station that focuses on this globally, where if you are ghosted, you write in and say, please call this person, find out where they are not picking up their calls, what happened. And when you listen in, when the other guy, when the station calls, this guy's like, tusinitajie huyo, guy akafanya, not knowing that on the other end of that phone call, the lady or the gentleman is listening. And for me to get to a point where I am actually calling a radio station to find out why they are not talking to me.
That's damage. That's damage.
It's really bad.
Did you remember that? Okay, I don't know if you listened to that episode where the guy is like, that's too much work, man.
I know. She wants to do the most, man.
Like, that's too much work, man.
She wants to, because this guy, the lady wanted to do a walk.
Yes.
Let's walk in the park. But for this guy, he's too lazy. He's like, I can't. Why are we walking? Why are we walking? So we just sit here. But instead of communicating that, the Jama just decided to go.
Yes. And the fact that she called the radio station to explain all that, that's just
and you get
work.
this on national radio station.
That was hilarious. It was hilarious, but also, yes, it's damaging.
It's damaging.
So then, how do we navigate? Because like you said, the one who's ghosted you, like it has nothing to do with you, the ghosted.
Yes.
It's a lot to do with the ghostee. Because if you're not confident enough to say, hey, it is not working, thank you for your time, let's move forward. So then how do you come out of that? All right, because it's very damaging. You know, they don't want you. Do they want me? Do they not?
And then you realize
do
they
I
actually
get them
don't.
back? Yes, later on, right? So then how do you come out of that? Depend the way Miriam says, and just understand it's not you. Maybe it's them.
Yeah.
First of all is to understand the game.
I have 20 notebooks.
Yes, it's definitely a game.
Yeah.
But it's a psychological game where one person understands that, love is a chasing game. You chase me, I run. But when I stop, the game ends. Yeah, so the moment one person discovers that it's a chasing game, they will keep running. And keeping quiet or ghosting someone or blue ticking someone is a way of just putting a stop, and then the chase stops there. So they mentioned about loving yourself, understanding your value, knowing what you want and what you don't want.
Yes.
So how happy are you in this relationship? How much comfortable are you dating someone who's ghosting you? So it's up to you to ask yourself, and by loving yourself, you'll know that, okay, this is not the game that I want to play.
Yeah.
Because definitely they are playing a game, and they want to entice you, they want you to keep on maybe chasing them. So if you stop the chase, the game will not continue. So stop the chase.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Just stop the chase.
I understand the game. Mimi nataka kurudi kwa audience. And I know there was a conversation that we left hanging, and I know you have something to say. But just to add on to, after she says what she needed to say before we went on the break earlier, heartbreaks, because it leads us to that point, and being able to navigate that. Now, wasichana, mko sawa? I can see the eyes and the two smiles. You know, how do we navigate heartbreaks? Have you been heartbroken before? And if you've been heartbroken before, ni makosa yako ama ni yeye? Ama kama wewe ndio heartbreaker?
It's actually easy.
Kama wewe ndio heartbreaker. So we'll hear from you first, and then we can get to the heartbreaking. But you had something to say about the earlier conversation. Something to say.
Grace Wanjero. Okay, we were talking about standards. Mtu kukwekea standards msichana, that is, me I feel like kama umeona msichana mwekwekea standards zenye ziko up there, if like kuongelelea mimi. My dad makes sure I feel loved. He gives me everything. My mom, words of wisdom. Ananipea advice. So me when nikipatana na that command,
wewe.
When I meet that man, hizo advice zote nimeshinda nikipewa na mom. My dad making feel like a princess. So says he lower my standards just because you are not my dad. So me kitu about standards, it's the way you're brought up. So me standards zangu ni juu my dad makes me feel like a princess. So don't make me feel less. Yeah.
So that means that you will then not put yourself in a situation where somebody makes you feel less.
I will not be less just because of you.
Okay. Yeah. So hizo standards zinakaaje? Ziko na gari hapo ndani saa hii?
Yeah. Lazima nikuwe passenger princess.
Hey, passenger princess.
Yeah.
Hi, Asante. There's a gentleman right there who had something to say.
For me,
okay.
My name is Timothy Washira. For me, I have to tell her.
Tell her.
Hadi mamako ali drop standards zake ndio wapata na babako. So like sio lazima kila time kwe princess something. Hadi unaweza mtreat ka prince. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying like says it, let me tell you. My dad amenifunzile giving it out. So mi pia niko na hiyo moyo. If I get in a relationship, I give it my all. Kama si love, commitment, gifts, everything. Say I don't give you anything, I'm giving you everything. So don't give me less. So I expect you also to do something. Yeah.
Haya, kuna pale nyuma. The gentleman in the green jacket. You kindly stand. Can they stand?
Hello guys.
Poa sana.
My name is Jonte.
Okay.
Mimi sina shida na standards zako. Sawa. Shida yangu ni mindset man. Usikia na akili ambao unatusetia standards like haiwezi.
Kwani point imeisha?
Uniongeze.
Ipatie your point context.
Nipe context.
Sawa. Illustrate.
Ulude wamesema. Hatuna shida naye. Si ni gari anataka.
Yes.
Si hatuna shida. Tutakubaia lakini si pia utuonyeshe pia uko na gari ndio hadi sisi tukupandishe wetu. Una gari na unataka gari.
Kwa hivyo kile anasema anataka ukuje nayo pia. Usinitishe kitu yenye wewe hauna.
Unipe motivation.
Okay. Aya, Jonte, okay, Asante.
Okay, sikusema jina, naitwa Yeah, Sheila.
Okay.
Just to answer you, Jonte, I didn't mean kama uwezi fikia standards zake, they ain't meant for you. I meant, ukiona dem ameset those standards, for example, Shiro, akona those standards from her background. So, according to yeye vile amelelewa, hata ingia kwa relationship alale njaa juu mnapendana. Unaona? You'll have to work hard. So one saying tulikuwa tunaambiwa tukiwa primary school, daktari anapatana na daktari mwenzake. Yeah, it used to happen, but nowadays haifanyiki that much. But sasa when you get into that relationship, pia wewe kuwe na hiyo kujituma. Na nimekwambia, a girl can love you because unajituma, not because you're handsome, not because you have things, not because you have that. Hata naweza kuja na gari juu naona unajituma. Unaona? Okay. Naweza kuja naona unajituma. Hey kababa, unajituma. I start a business na kusaidia because I see you have that in you. Naona unataka kujituma. Na kufungulia biashara as my boyfriend. Juu mimi nisha make it, unaona? But kama ujitumi, why should you waste my energy? Sitakuchukua nikusaidie kama ujitumi. It can't happen.
Okay. Haya, kuna mwingine hapa.
You know, okay, there's someone like, when in terms of standards, okay, kila mtu kuna standards zake, kuna mtu atakuwekea this kind of standards, which you are able to cope up with. Lakini kuna ile standards ya I'm this guy, I don't have that kind of standards. Then this guy mwenye akona he's almost my age, but naweza sema sijui ni sugar mommy or something. He got everything he has, so he can win over you as fast as, I don't know, because most of the girls are materialistic, no more like of which because ukiangalia most of the time mimi naweza sema most of the influence is from social media.
Okay.
Everyone, like most of the relationships zinakuwaga based on money. Like naona amepelekwa Diani, he has been taken to Zanzibar or something, which is inakupa ile motivation ya mimi lazima chali yangu afanye hivyo. Na ukiangalia the girl herself,
mimi niko na swali just kwako tu. Would you say then that madem wenye wako age mate yako wenye wako na hizo standards, do you think this opens up to the wababa culture?
Yes it does, because ukiangalia most because this I went to Instagram, like viewing these reels and all.
Yes.
There was this girl who was being asked, like, what's the youngest you've ever dated? He said 56. I was like, okay.
56 na ako campo?
Yeah, she's in campus, yeah. That's the youngest. And the oldest, she said 69 or something. I was like, okay. So most of the girls are not over like, sijasema TC wote, but I said majority of them.
Yes.
This Nairobi culture or something.
Yeah.
It has gotten into their heads very bad.
It's money fast.
It's money fast before anything.
Instagram pics.
Yeah. Because
you have I can.
Neza boost ile point ya when she said that she's been treated like a princess
by the dad.
Given all.
Yes.
And if you're given all, why ask for something that you already can be given?
I think I give up my microphone as well at this point.
Because the thing is, okay, I'll treat you like a princess, but to my level, you have to like, unafaa dio uelewe, mimi na kutreat venye naweza to my level best. But see, don't expect more which I cannot give for something like, okay, your dad, he gives you everything, right? Treats you like a princess. On my side,
there's a gentleman who's doing me, please. We just need one more before we go on a break, and then, okay. I'm the Shas Mama. You will. I promise you will answer.
Thank you so much. My name is Sam Ali. Na kwa maoni yangu itakuwa fupi.
Yes.
Nasema, for now, kuset standards si mbaya. But hiyo standards zenye pia ana set inafaa at some point pia yeye akuwe anajifikisha hapo, kwa sababu huwezi unapata demo yana as in like every week anataka umpeleke pizza, ufiche hata yeye anapata kumpeleke kama mara mbili, ufiche hata yeye kujipeleka hiyo once ajawahi, unaona? So hapo hivi naye haiwezi make haya. Twende ya pili, uuliza pizza ni pesa ngapi? Okay, twende ya pili. Mwikali, twende ya pili.
Yes, twende ya pili.
Okay. Nitasema hata mimi in future I pray nitakuwa na daughter. Right?
Yes.
Na msichana wangu sitataka akienda kupata that guy anampelekea zile standards za hata my dad anifanyia hivi, hata my dad ananifanyia hivi. Yes, mimi Mungu nitakuwa namfanyia, but akipatana na huyo msee amwangalie angle na huyu jamaa kama anajituma in future kama atakuwa hivyo. Unaona?
Lakini saizi
dad now. Yes, lakini saizi kupata demu mwenye anakuangalia na angolia huyu anajituma, huyu ajitumi ni ngumu. Siku hizi wako uko na do ama una do. Unaona?
Okay.
Sasa hapo ndo inakuwa ngumu.
Wacha tuende break.
Okay.
Shikilia.
Thank you.
Our panelists, mko tayari? Inakaa tutafungua WhatsApp group. This will probably have to go outside the chat. We have had you, and we're asking you, do you think ghosting is a sign of maturity? Immaturity is a sign of immaturity. That's the question of the day. Talk to us on NTV, Kenya on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok as well. We will be checking your feedback when we come back, but the conversation is about love in the digital age. We're at Zetech University, Ruiru Campus. We'll be right back after this break.
say welcome back or welcome back. Let me tell you, Moto imeashwa hapa, Zetech University Ruiru campus. Yo. But just in case you're tuning in right now, the show is Your World and the conversation is dating in the digital age. And the question that we're asking you today is very simple. Is ghosting a sign of immaturity or is it just dating today? Okay. And boy, do you have a lot to say. Kwanza on Facebook. Before turudishe mic, meta mekengus Julie and our piko too somewhere here. And I know our panelists are ready to also answer all these questions because standards, they've been said. Mtu atakuwa passenger princess, they've been used to being treated as princess, and then the boys are like, let me tell you, okay? But let me just go through some of your feedback on Facebook. Audrey Banya says, Ivante from LD, Langa Massive, and I said, but ghosting is immaturity of the highest order because why do that? Honestly, ladies need to change because I'm a Gen Z and my girlfriend is a millennial. So out of experience, who are kijam ati ana ghost. It's a generational thing, maybe. And then Efinyar Uyoma, still on Facebook, says, it's part of practicing how to be a ghost in future. Dennis Heaven says, it's not really ghosting, it's a disconnection of eternity. To me, no emotions, no nothing, just how we recharge fully. Yani ghosting wana recharge. At this point. Nema Isaiah says lack of vulnerability in them. And then someone else says, this is K. Milka Kayendi. Did I read this one? Says immaturity. Just say it as it is. We're not working. Yes, I think I went through that earlier on. And then someone says, this is Kevin Nomuse, who says, so what happens if I realize I'm the one initiating the almost all conversations and I decide to stop? Then we never talk again. Who ghosted who? In this case. And then Thuku nambari tatu mgongoni. Where? Anasema first, ghosting in what sense? In relationships. Sasa wewe Thuku. And then someone says, Morris Mwenda, who says, you see, ladies are the ones talking much of immaturity because I can't be providing a woman and yet she's ungrateful. I will just ghost. And then Desi Gideon says immaturity of the highest level, and then Julius says it's part of dating. So there's immaturity, it's part of the dating process. Do we go back to the panel and then because motoliashwa huku wacha to cool down kwanza kidogo and then Pasi, do you understand?
Yes, I will.
Standards hapa ni kama kidogo ziko hapa.
Let me say this. Firstly, we need to treat social media world as a real world, not as a virtual world. And if it's a real world, it can affect your life directly. And secondly, how do you deal with that? All right, I will be coming to the standards shortly. You need to know that bring that wall of yours to your parents or the people that you trust, your guardians, so that you can share. If it's ladies, you can become good friends with your mom, girlfriends, and you talk about this gentleman that you've met. I know it sounds a little bit off, but you better do that because she has the best of interest for you. So start talking about it, engage with your mom, talk about it. Hey, man, talk with your dads. Tell them, hey, dad, I have this girl that, I'm dating. I do that. I have a son, and we talk about girls. Yes, he's young, but we do. I tell him to bring his friends home. I want to create an environment where he can express himself. Then when it comes to standards, I'll say this, gentlemen, I think Nindo Melaliwa Kidogo, set the standards. Also walk with your standards. Raise your head high. Don't say that, I'm dating for a girl. Which girl are you looking? Which girl are you dating? You need to raise your standards. And there is an entry point for everyone. You don't have to start up there if your standards are here, right? This is normally what I tell young people at church. If you want, this is for both girls and boys. If you want, let's say 0 to 10 is the ratings. If you want a 0 in that, you will get a girl or a boy at that level.
Yeah.
If you want a 10, you will get 1. So it's you to know whether you are 5, so that you start walking around that, or your entry point will be around 5. If you are 5 and you go for 10, it's not going to work. differences are so many.
Yeah.
You cannot. And number two, it's going to cause you to develop some very funny dynamics in life. You're going to have low self-esteem because you feel like they're looking down on you. You're going to start hating on people and saying, you know, all people are the same, just because you went for too high than your standards. So every one of us, we have to set standards and don't apologize for who you are.
Yeah.
All right?
Absolutely.
Because many people, especially now with the ghosting, you find someone wants to make you feel lesser, so that they start taking advantage of you. If you do not appreciate who you are, then you're going to be trapped into that guilt trip, where you feel always, I did not do much, I did not do enough. This is my reasons, I caused this. And so you have to set standards and you engage without feeling sorry, all right? That does not mean you don't treat other people respectively and in honor. But this is my standards, I'm not going to take lesser. So if you guys, you cannot meet, at first even ulitoka wapi, right? Because this is me, this is how we live, all right? So set standards, every one of us, we set standards. Young people, youth, you know, gentlemen and ladies, set standards and then operate there and don't feel, you know, like you're doing something or you're causing an injustice to people. So for gentlemen here, you know, you look at, of course I know love is strange. You can love on first sight and you say, I love this guy, I love the way she looks, I love, you know, yes, but when your heart falls in love, engage your mind. All right? Don't go with your heart. Your heart will deceive you.
That's true.
Engage the mind until the mind says okay, and go back to the heart.
Okay. Thank you so much, Fasi. Wilkisa, do you want to chime in?
I like what he said about setting standards and knowing what type of standards you are setting.
Yes.
Don't set standards that are unrealistic. They'll hurt you. Because when you set standards that are just too high for you, then you'll be chasing the wind. Another thing I've noticed is for parents who are watching out there, the impact they have in their kids' lives. And you see, you've seen girls saying that, you know, I'm a princess.
Yes.
So if my dad is treating me
as a
this
princess,
way,
yes,
I am a princess. So she knows her value and she is a princess. She goes out there as a princess. If a dad treats their children like the king that they are, then this man goes out there knowing that I am the king, I cannot be ghosted. So they have their values, some values that were set back at home. So it's very important for parents to set standards, to provide for the children, for the young girls, so that they don't go out there looking for them. There's a young man who asked, does your father even have a bicycle? Just provide the wisdom.
Okay.
Provide whatever you can afford. And for girls, don't go beyond what you are raised to certain standards. Most girls who come maybe to university, you are raised by parents who are maybe Christians, they are Muslims, they are religious in one way or another. Don't be materialistic. Like you just come here and then you look at that young person does not have money. They are depending on their parents. So when you set those standards that are too high, where do you expect this young man to get money from? Yeah, so we end up now looking for money from people who are older. They've looked for money, they have the money, their social life is nil, and now you are there to entertain them. You are being used. Young men, you also now come to this place, or you go to whatever institution, and then you start feeling like, okay, I need to treat my girl well. With what money? You don't have the money, except that you're still in school.
Yes.
You'll get to that point. Your aim is maybe to get education, get that big vehicle, let her come with her big vehicle, you park here, she parks there, and then you are on the same level. On the same, yes.
Okay.
So let's give ourselves time.
Asante sana. Miriam, before we give it back to...
Okay, thank you very much. I think I'll speak two things. My counterparts have really spoken most of it. But I think it's just trying to make us understand the sexes. I think, yes, it's true. Girls have become a little bit quite materialistic. But I will tell you why sometimes, like, you know, what she here said, that anataka mtu anajituma. That speaks to what the qualities that are in us as a woman. The number one need of a female, of a woman, is security.
Okay.
Emotional security, intelligence security, financial security, security in all capacity. So sometimes when a lady is looking at a man or looking for a mate, it's not that she's looking for a man who is rich. She's just projecting that need of security. When I do get offspring with this man, will they be taken care of? Will they be sheltered? Will I be taken? Will I feel secure? Is this a man who I feel can lead me? And if he's leading me, which direction is he leading me to? So sometimes it comes out like materialism. I'm not saying that there are women who are really materialistic, but for the most part, for the ladies, it's about security. The number one need for a man is respect. You see, a man needs respect in whatever shape or form, whether he has money or he doesn't have money. That's a need. For a woman, the need is security. For a man, it's respect. So you find that's where the loggerheads go. A woman is not getting what she wants from this man. She's not getting security. Trust you me. Hey, hakuna respect. Where hata uletangi, hata ufanyangi, like, it just whatever. When a man now again doesn't get respect, he feels, why should I treat you like a princess? You don't even respect me. Respect me and I will just treat you like a princess automatically. So you see how it goes.
Yes.
Right? So it's a push and tag. I go again to the Bible 1 minute where it says, St. Paul tells us, women submit to your husbands. But he first says, husbands, love your wives. So what is love? It's that thing of treating as princess and whatever. But you realize they are put together. Why were women told to respect, to submit? The other word for submit is respect or honor. Why were they told to do that? It doesn't come automatically for us.
Yes.
It comes through leadership. It comes through the love. That's why the man is told to love first. Now, the catch point here is a man can't love without respect. So it's a cog. You know, it's a wheel that's going like this. I show you respect and honor. You show me love and treat me the way I want to be treated.
Okay.
You treat me the way I want to be treated, and then the love comes out. My second point is this, expectations. The two things that are killing marriages, and I've cancelled a few, lack of communication and unmet expectations. And what are these unmet expectations? You are coming with expectations, bubble expectations in your head. You know, I deserve to be treated in a particular way. This person doesn't know how to treat you like that. They grew in a different household. You know, you've grown up being treated like a princess, like our friend here. This guy grew up being told, Baba, hustle. Like he's been hardened. You're a man, you need to be hardened.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know. You're having these expectations. Do you know you have to speak your expectations? You sometimes even have to teach, whether verbally or, you know, through actions, how this person should treat you. They don't come knowing. They come from a different household. It's the expectations are what are killing most marriages or relationships. Say what you expect, even when you're starting a relationship. Me, I'm high maintenance. I deserve this and this and this. If the guy feels he can't give it, then he goes. I give an analogy. It's like driving a Vitz and expecting it to perform like a Ferrari. My friend, utachokea kwa hill. You know, so it's knowing what I've got. This thing I've got, what can I expect from this relationship? Or am I expecting what I'm seeing akina sijui tuliona mse alipewa 8 mil Valentine's? Is that what I'm expecting for myself?
Yes.
Man, and maybe me, I just have a Vitz. Yo, tachoka.
Kweli, tapatana na ile mlima. Na mlima kwa maisha ni lazima. Hakuna tambarare. There are places, unajua tambarare Winnie? Ni waraka. Waraka is where you draw the line. And I know, Winnie, you don't have your mic because somebody held on to it at the back because aliona tukichukua kuna venye hata uliza swali yake ama kutoa comment yake. So whoever has the mic, kindly, you can just stand up and start with your name. And you can make your comments or question. And make them very brief. Yes.
Hi, I'm Grasha, and I have a point on standards. When they said their standards is them being picky, and it's not actually being picky. It's about you respecting yourself and knowing your worth.
Okay.
That's why most of them set their standards. Others set them too high or too low, but it's supposed to be average so that you get what you expect from a relationship.
All right. Thank you so much for that. You can pass on the mic to the lady at the front.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Caroline.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about the standards.
Yes.
I think the standards depend on where you are at life. Because for now, like right now, if I'm dating him, I don't expect him to carry me with a car. I know he doesn't have the car. I know he doesn't have the money for the car. I expect him, the most he can do is take me to KFC. Let's go take coffee, you know?
Yes.
But when I get to Kilimani, I expect you to take me to Ole Sereni.
Yes,
I expect you to take me to Maldives. You see, it's about where you are at life.
Yes.
So I don't, me asking him to give me a car to take me to Maldives, that is being the Lulu.
Okay, and that is not the Solulu.
That is not the Solulu. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We had another, you had something to add on? Okay.
Okay, my name is Sam Ali. So nilikuwa nasema kuset standards si mbaya vile tulikuwa tumesema, but ku-overset ndo kuna issue. Like, you can't expect them every weekend mimi nikupeleke Naivasha. Hiyo haiwezi make. The journey from nothing to something, or from nobody to someone, mazee ni ngumu. Unacheki. So, tukishikana pamoja, tufungue bizi yetu pale ya kuuza smocha, tuuze mwisho wa siku to save. Unaona? Mwisho wa mwezi hiyo pesa tutatumia tutaenda pamoja. Unacheki. Hiyo ndo mimi tu point yangu ya mwisho.
Aya, sawa sawa. Aya. Mpatie and then tukupatie. Aya.
My name is Alex. I was just trying to say, like, why should you set for me standards to level with your parents? And yet I'm still a young man who's trying to make it in life.
Okay.
So I will just rather say, like, women make men to be monsters. Actually, as a man, when you are at your lowest level, then a girl maybe neglects you because you don't have money. When you get it, you become a monster, actually. I'll say that.
Mnaandika notes, tutarudi hapo kwa monster? Okay.
Okay, I will answer. Nyote generally. Me, I don't think kama kuna mtu anaweza set standards. Okay, nasema wana set standards that are too high. Wewe unaziona high, to someone else azioni high. They're setting standards zenye wao wako. So it's not, if you can't get there, chill, look for your standard. Now you're saying you're too young or sijui nini. Who said I'm setting standards for you guys? Who said I even want to date you? As in nini? Like, okay, na set standards. Kama si lazima ni date eti college. They are working class when you're wananitaka. Kuna mi sioni kama kuna mtu ana set standards. Mi sijai eti your standards are too high. Those are my standards. No one sets standards that are high. They're just their standards. So don't lower your worth. People think your standards are too high.
Okay.
Maintain hapo. Kama utapata
sawa
mbele
tu.
mbele.
I think niko na swali. Wini ndio umepata microphone. Imekurudia. The microphone came back.
You know what? Moto tumewasha.
I know.
Can we put a pin? No, you ask your question and then we have our experts answer.
And maybe they will help me with this.
Yes.
But I want to ask all the men also who are here today.
Yeah.
What are your standards? Yeah. Do you step in here with a standard? What are you looking for? Because if I'm coming at you with my standards, then what have you said for yourself? Do you know what you want and what it looks like?
Yes.
And if you do, if you can recognize ile ni chupa ya plastic na mimi na kakanga ya glass, then hakuna mahali nitajipata pale kwa ile ya plastic. So, and those standards, maybe I think ni question, kwa sababu inatokea standards sana na tuna base standards zetu, venye nimesikia tunazi base na madem. Standard yako kama ndume ni gani?
Ndio yako kando yako.
Nilikuwa nasikia akiklap hapa. Nilikuwa nakusikia hapo ukisema so standards zako zinakaaje? Uko na ka write up mahali kama ndaingia dating, dem lazima kuwe light skin, maybe nika size 8 ama nika size gani? Like, do you have intelligence yake ifike wapi? Unataka kuwa anasomea nini? Do you know those nitty-gritties of I want them looking a certain way? You don't go into whoever and whatever comes your way. Uko nako kanini?
Niko na.
Shikilia microphone.
Okay, by the si unajua as for me acha niongee.
Sauti ienda wapi?
Unajua kama mimi mwanaume lazima pia nikuwe na standards, si ndio?
Yes.
Okay, kan niko na nini tuseme kan niko na do nahitaji dem tukikaa naye tunariza na naambia hii do fanya na hii na hii na hii ndio tuone mali itatufikisha. Alafu pia IQ yake iko juu. Na msiogopi ku correct msee anakuambia hapo uko wrong, sawa? Na pia nakumotivate anakuambia leo una tumekubali hauna. Lakini kesho inshallah.
Hey. Vibes and inshallah. Okay, standards zako ni gani?
Our panelists. Kulikuwa na vitu. Sorry. Yes.
For me, ni katu yake. But yangu ni kabla sijadate msee namwambianga venye niko. Alafu namwambia be yourself, just that. Juu huwezi kuwa ati hauko yourself alafu unataka msee kupeleke mali hujaienda. Yeah.
Okay.
To be true to self.
I tell you who I am, but also you be yourself. Okay. I like that. Okay.
Tafadhali, we are here. Unataka kuanza Wekesa? Okay.
I like the fact that people know what they want.
Yes.
But we are looking so much into the financial aspect until we are forgetting about a relationship. Relationship has many aspects. Huh? When you are dating someone, there are so many things you look at. Yes, the financial aspect is important depending on where you want to be. You are not forced into this relationship. Where ingia mali unaona inakufa. But then we have other things like religion. Maybe you are of this religion and this is what you want. It's a very strong point that can support a relationship. Then your virtues, children, people don't talk about this because they should agree that, okay, we're in a relationship because why? Okay, what is the goal? Where are we heading? Do we want to get married at the end of it, or we're just having fun here? So it's good to know what you want in this relationship. Apart from the financial aspect, there's the religious aspect, there is what type of a woman do you want? Okay? Education level, what do you want? I mean, where is the relationship heading? So there's so many other things that are supposed to be in a relationship. Not only the financial aspect. Yes, the background. Someone mentioned about where the person is coming from, the person's personality. You just meet them because they have money and you move on. There's the personality. You can't even be in the same house. Yes. This one is a different personality that you just can't deal with. Then your background, you're coming from maybe a very humble background. This person is coming from a very different background, and they set their standards.
Yeah.
So it's good to have maybe the premarital things, so that you get to tell young people that we have other things that we look at, not only the financial aspects. Yes, a relationship should be a wholesome thing, not just looking at that one aspect
bit as well. We are coming to the end of the show, so yes. So we need to quickly hear from the two panelists as well. Your take out from this conversation, or what the young ones, our Gen Zs, our younger brothers and sisters, wamesema leo. Pasi.
Wow. I want to say that all of us, we have a chance where we are coming into a relationship. Those who are setting the standards and those who are recipient of the standards, there is a point where you're coming into contact, right? And so the one who has set the standards and your standards as well, where are you coming to connect? Because you have a choice. Number two, I will say, don't think the wall is too small. Let's say we're in Zite College, right? And people are like, I have to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend from here. Oh, we have Kenyatta University, we have JKUAT, we have University of Nairobi. We have universities outside Kenya, right? And we're in the digital world. So don't put all your hopes in one small place. Let me ask you a question. If you're in South Africa, you'll get a very beautiful girl there and a handsome man there, right? Don't narrow your environment just to be where you were. And that is what makes people to start becoming a bit crazy. You know, kama sio yeye, I will kill myself. Wait a minute, there are 9 billion people, right? In Kenya, we are about that 5 and below, they are 75% of the population. I mean, just go to Kisumu, go to Mombasa, you're going to get a very beautiful girl there and a handsome man. So don't narrow yourself to just few options and choices that are going to break your heart, and then your heart, when it's broken, who will mend it? Then you start having a lot of stereotypes and all that. So my words to you as we come to the end is, the world is big.
Yes.
There are beautiful people out there, lovely people there, people that are willing to support you, people that are willing to stay with you, people that are willing to hold your hand, people that are just going to enjoy you as you are. So don't say, you know,
Aye,
People within your standard.
Yes. As we conclude.
Thank you. I would say my parting shot is this. Know yourself. Self-awareness is key before you get into any relationship. I like how vocal you are, most of you. You know what you want. You see, that's the beginning of it. You can't get into a relationship blindly without knowing yourself, because you'll just settle for anything. Even gentlemen, know who you are, what you're capable of, where your buttons are, how far you can be pushed to know, hey, this one I need to walk away. It's so important, you know, before you can engage anyone, to know yourself. Secondly, they usually say the other person comes to complete you. I don't believe that. They come to complement you. You are complete in yourself. Find completion to yourself. 2 wholes come to complete the picture. You cannot come as a half and expect to be completed by the other person, because also maybe the other person is coming feeling they need to be completed by you.
Yeah.